Greetings. Welcome. How's everyone doing out there? My name is Teresa, and I am your host today for Self Love Sharing Saturdays. Thank you for tuning in on this beautiful morning. Got an opportunity to take a look at the weather, and it's supposed to be 82, at least out here in the Yolo County area. So it's going to be a hot one. So make sure that throughout your day today, make sure you drink some water, stay hydrated, soak up the sun, take a moment to step outside, and just enjoy the beautiful day. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you are well, and I hope that you are staying healthy. I ask the Creator to continue to protect you and your families each and every day. Please remember to keep your distance, wear your masks, and when you're out in the world, remember to take care of one another, love one another, and teach one another. I think that's very important to teach others, especially the little ones, take the time and have the patience to teach them. Remember to drop a comment below. Let me know that you are tuned in, listening. Good morning. Give a shout out. I always like the opportunity to use social media just to say hello and good morning. So I think it will give you an opportunity to say hi to those. It is an honor, it is a privilege to have a host come and join me this morning. Excuse me, a guest. Hi, Gina. Good morning. Hope you and the babies, the grandbabies are doing well. Your babies are doing well. I hope that one day you and I can get together and, catch up and see where life has brought us and what we're doing. So it's always good to hear from you and glad that you are tuning in. And one of the questions that I always like to ask is, what will you do today to give yourself love? And this is just a question for anybody that's listening. I really like to ask that question, because sometimes we're always focused on doing things for other people and we don't take the time to focus on ourselves. And it's very important, and it's okay to have that daily, weekly reminder to tell yourself, what is it that I'm going to do to give myself love? So just remember that it's up to you to take care of yourself before you are or become a service to others. Sometimes we're so quick to do that. I was actually on a live stream last night with it, which is Cali Cocktail Hour, and it's every Friday nights at 9 o'clock. Got an opportunity to meet and connect with people. That's the good thing about the live stream and being able to communicate with people online. And you're able to communicate with people, all over the world. And so it's just good that, we're able to utilize this platform here to communicate, share things. Sometimes, have conversations where we talk about things and you're not able to have those conversations with others. So it's just good to kind of keep an open platform, ask questions, see how you guys are doing. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? And so if you get a chance to, be sure to check out on Friday nights, 9 p.m., Cali Cocktail Hour, hosted by Cuervo Suave, great artist from Sacramento area. And I do want to give him a shout out because he has actually given me the opportunity and showed me kind of like the ropes of what it is to do live stream. And he's actually created a community to share this way of communicating with the world, and I think it's just very important piece, because right now it's kind of like this is the norm, and what is normal, and are we going to get back to being normal? I say yes at some point, but we also have to adapt. And I think just as humans in general, we adapt to anything and everything that gets placed and put in front of us. And so I think it's important that um, we kind of tackle on anything that gets put forth. So yes, question as always, what will you do today to give yourself love? I always like to ask that. Also, scrolling down at the bottom, if you haven't got a chance to check out my Etsy shop, since we've transitioned to stay at home, and a lot of the community events, a lot of the events that would happen with music festivals, art, anything that has to do with the community, um, it's been kind of suppressed. So a lot of artists, a lot of businesses trying to keep themselves afloat, alive, still trying to provide things to the community. And so I went ahead and created a online shop, which is Etsy. I tried to update on a weekly basis things that I have added. There are some new things. I got a chance to travel to the motherland, to Mexico, a couple weeks ago, and I actually was able to bring some goodies over. And yeah, so they are on the shop. Actually, this is one of the shirts that I have. There's others. I do have large and 2XL. I haven't got an opportunity to add the extra largest, which I know that's kind of a popular size. So check out the website. I would say probably the end of next week, I'll be able to add a little bit more. I do have some prayer bundles. I have some earrings. I have some jewelry. A lot of variety of things. So make sure you check that out. And I also have a link tree. One of the things that I like about Linktree is that you can actually put all of your social media platforms, any link on this one website. And it basically filters everything social media wise, or anything that you want to share with the community. You can create a page. So Linktree Ishkimili, IXQUIMILI. So check that out. It'll take you to my shop. It'll actually link you to all of the live stream videos that I have on Self-Love Sharing Saturdays. So all of the past videos, live streams that I've done, you can actually catch them there. So you can go ahead and make sure that you check those out. The other thing is, let's see. Gina, I always try to make time to relax and reconnect without everyone else. Yeah, you know what? I think that's very important. I.e. the example right now, everyone is sleeping for myself, and it's a time to, just take that moment and, enjoy some quiet time, grab your cafecito, make some tea. Um, some people like to catch up on news. Some people like to get up and exercise. Some people just like to relax, because sometimes you're constantly going and going and going. And I think it's just very important that you do that. So yeah, I think it's really good. We have to. Sometimes we have to take a break from just anything and everything that we do as individuals. And I think for us, and I'm speaking just as being a mom and having, little kids, you have older kids, and then you have, the grandbabies, and they keep you busy. And we really do keep the families together. And so it is important. And so, just wanted to highlight, I always try to make, as Gina said, always try to take time to relax and reconnect without everyone else. Having that quiet time is very important. it gives you time to think about the things you want to work on for yourself, and also think about the things you want to work on, your daily tasks. So it's good that we're able to do that. And it's important. It's important. And the reason you want to take time for yourself is because you can continue to be of service to others. So know that before you are service to someone else, that you are of service to yourself. And that's very important because sometimes we caught up in doing things for others, and we have to remember that when people come to us for help, if you can help them, yes. But the other thing is, if you want to provide them guidance, you want to give them, as I would say, a consejo, I think it would be important to listen first, because sometimes we're so quick to let them know, like, oh, you should do this, or oh, you should do this. And so I think it's very important because sometimes people need that time to have somebody just listen to them. And when you listen, sometimes as people are doing that, they provide a solution for themselves, because then they're so caught up in trying to tell you things of what's going on and what is happening. Sometimes people that are coming to you with their problems, um, they have solutions for them, but also you have to remember that you are not to fix everyone's problems. People have to understand that if they have a problem, that it's okay to ask for help, but the person that they are telling it to, so for example, if somebody came to me for guidance or assistance, most importantly would be just to listen to them, because sometimes that gives the person that's coming to tell you an opportunity to kind of just let it go. And sometimes that's all they need. The other thing would be, is as a reminder, it's not your responsibility to solve everyone else's problems. Other people's problems are not your problems. They become your problems when you decide to take on their problems. And so you have to take the time to think about, okay, what is it that I can do to guide them, to give them guidance, to give them a suggestion, but know that it's not your responsibility to fix their problems. It's a different situation, when a little kid or a teenager comes to you for a problem or something is bothering them. I think that's a little bit different. But when you have adults coming to adults, I think it's important that we just take the time to listen first, and then put yourself in their situation and let them know, okay, this is what I would do, and this is what I would suggest, and this is what I would recommend. Comadrita Emma, always good to hear from you. Hit me in the chest. You are not to fix everyone's problems. Yes, sister. So you and I, we share quite often conversation in regards to one another's, what's going on in our lives. And we always tend to kind of give each other solutions, but we know that we're not able to fix, I'm not able to fix your problems. I can provide you with guidance, I can provide you with suggestions, I can provide you with the recommendation in regards to how is it that I can help you with your problem, but it's not my responsibility to fix it. So no, and I know that, people often get caught up in these type of situations where there's things constantly being thrown at you, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I can do to help fix it? Sometimes you have to remember that you're not there to fix everyone's problems. And I always, tell my clients that other people's problems are not your problems. And as always, it kind of might seem like that I'm constantly repeating this, but it is important that we understand that others people's problems are not our problems. And sometimes we absorb it and we have to figure out a way to kind of let them know, like, hey, you know what, this is what I would do. This is what I would suggest. If I were in your situation, this is the way I would handle it. And that's the way of helping them fix their problem, because sometimes they're coming to you to vent and sometimes they're coming to you just for a solution. And instead of you going out and doing things for them, that you take the time to kind of deflect having to actually do it for them, because you have to remember that everyone has their own life lessons. I have my own life lessons. You know, Gina just commented she has her own life lessons. The comadita Emma just commented she has her own life lessons. So every individual has their own life lessons, and they have to kind of go through those lessons. And when you come across a situation where something keeps coming up and it's the same thing over and over again, then maybe you haven't learned your lesson yet and you're still in lesson. So until you learn your lesson, then you can't like surpass that. Emelina, and protect individual energia. Yes, that is so important, that you have to not take on other people's problems, because you have to protect your own energy. And people are thinking about energy like your mind is like energy, your whole being is energy, and so you want to protect the way you feel, because sometimes when people come towards you and bring things to you, we often absorb that information, and mentally, physically, and emotionally, and it worries us. And it's not that you shouldn't be worried, it's just that there's a way that you can think about some of the things that other people bring to you and how you basically take it in. And so I think it's just important overall that we do have to protect our energy, and it's very important. Oh, smiley face love. I like those comments. And yes, that's right. Absolutely. So for those of you that are tuning in, go ahead and drop a comment. Just say hello. Give a shout out. Let me know that you're tuned in, listening. Um, One of the things that I can't see is, I know that this feeds from my Facebook, or it's feeding to Facebook. So I can see comments that are coming in, but like the thumbs up and like the hearts, I can't check them out until after the live stream. So if there's anything that I say, or um, that you guys kind of can connect, can relate, drop a comment. That way we can kind of keep the plática going, because know that this is a platform for anyone and everyone that's listening. If there's something that's bothering you, or you want to ask a question, um, one of the things that I did want to share is that we're slowly transitioning back to, I guess, what the norm would be, and where there, at least like in the Sacramento County area, kind of like where we're in our region, where I'm from, that they were allowing us to do things, being um, that we're able to go out and attend community events, concerts, taking the kids out more where there's more people. But just keep in mind, make sure that you guys are still distancing yourselves and protecting your family, wearing your face mask when required, when needed. Some establishments don't let you go in without having to have your face mask. And when you got to go get something to eat, you have to kind of follow whatever instructions they give you. But for the most part, kind of like in your home is where like you can kind of relax. And I often just remind people that, your home is your sacred space, and take care of it the best way that you can. And sometimes it kind of may seem overwhelming that, we have to be at home every day. But one of the things that I've learned in this pandemic, having to stay at home, is taking the time to slow down. It allowed me to slow down and just appreciate the family time. Um, and when I say family time is, I've always been caught up in having to, excuse me, I've always been caught up in, the daily routine where for myself, wake up in the morning, get the kids ready, drop the little ones off where I need to get to, drop the little one off at, preschool, and then it's to work. And then you go to work and then you come back, pick up your little ones. And so I was dependent on having others raise my kids. And I had to appreciate that when, this pandemic hit, because I guess I kind of take it for granted. But not that other people are caring for my kids, is that now, it gave me an opportunity to connect with my children a little bit more and teach them things. And, I think the schools are really trying to continue their education, but I think as parents, we can't depend just on a laptop or them being, on the screen all the time. So we have to teach them things of, teach them things of your culture, teach them, manners, teach them patience, teach them, how to read if they're at that level, and teach them the things that the educational system does not teach your kids. So in essence, you become a teacher, but know that you're a lifelong teacher. And one of the things that I that kind of stuck to me even is that we are lifelong learners. We are lifelong pe- humans, and we learn. And what better thing can we do is that we can actually teach. And I think that's very important for us to do so. Um, Tony, oh, it's so good to hear from you. Buenos dias. I hope that you are doing well. I hope you and your little ones are doing well. If you guys haven't got a chance to check out um, Tony, she's a awesome artist. And let's see if I can find her real quick. And then I'm going to give her a shout out here. Um, Beautiful artwork. Um, you just have to check out her Instagram. She works with all types of mediums. One of my favorite mediums that she works with is a polymer clay. And still to this day, Tony, little Johnny, for his birthday, he wanted some Among Us characters or figures for his birthday cake. And so she actually did those figures when I couldn't find them or they were going to take too long for me to get. And Mijo was just so excited. And, he always tells me, Mom, remember those Among Us characters that were for my cake? And so it was really, it's always good to hear from it. But yes, Tonya is an awesome artist from Oakland, and, just does beautiful work. And so let's see, I'm going to go ahead and drop the Instagram. That way you can follow her, give her a like, check her out. Her work is amazing. See if I can catch it here. Otherwise, if I don't get it right, Tony, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Yes, if you can do that, drop your Instagram handle for your Arte page in the comments. That way, those that are tuning in, those that are listening, can check out your page, check out your Arte. She has some pretty cool, I would say, like matching sets of like jewelry, and right now she's got like trays and lighters, and just beautiful art overall. I actually got a chance to vend with Tony here in Sacramento. So we became really good friends, especially like in the art community, in the vending community. And before I forget, that was one of the things that I was talking about is that, you know, we're actually getting in that phase where we're community is starting to come together and put on events and put on programs. And so keep those out, keep those together. Keep an eye out for those things that are coming out, and you know, don't be afraid to go and do things. You know, it's good that you know that we've had the opportunity to kind of like stay in place, but at the same time, I think it's good um, to go out and you know still live. You know, don't live in fear. Go and do things. Go and take a walk. If you know, if you're afraid to be around people, go to places where you know there isn't a lot of people, and you know, take the time. If you have little ones, take the time to either take them to the park. Um, those are the things that you can teach. You know, teach them about nature, teach them about going and doing things, teach them about you know the way things are in the world right now, so then they have an understanding. I know that when the pandemic first hit, um, my son kept asking like, "Oh, we can't do things because the virus is out," or then he would say the coronavirus is out. And so we're at that point where yes, you know, the virus still exists, but don't let that stop you from doing the things that you love and doing the things that make you happy. And for us as artists and you know creators, one of the things that we enjoy doing is having conversations with and meeting new people and sharing our art. Oh, so Tony did get a chance. Okay, so let me see if I can find it right here. I think I just pulled you up. Double underscore. Instagram handle. We got it. Okay. So those of you that are listening, be sure to check out on, she's on Facebook, of course, but catch her on Instagram, Tony underscore double underscore Rodriguez. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see, post it. I think it's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add it. Oh, let's see if I'm going to see if it'll go to the chat. Oh, I think it does. That's the first time I've got an opportunity to do that. So that's good. Let me know if that link posted on there. I think it's going to feed through YouTube, but either way, it's in the comments. Um, make sure you check Tony out. Her artwork is beautiful. I kind of just like to any artist that comes and tunes in and listens in, you know, drop a comment, put your handle, that way gente can check out your art. I did get a chance to create a video, um, and I just wanted to take a moment to share. Some of this work is art that I've already done, jewelry pieces that I've already created, but one of the things that I don't like to do is recreate something that I already made. But otherwise, here goes. Check it out and leave a comment. Make sure you check out the Etsy page. I'll have it scrolling at the bottom, and we'll go from there. So I don't have any music, but these are some of the pieces that I created. I think when I first started making jewelry, um, I love going and gathering and elementing, you know, being with Mother Earth. These are some of the copaleros that I have. I do have some in the Etsy shop. They are available. This is my bottle cap work that I really enjoy. A couple of variety of necklaces that I've come across. I just realized that was upside down. But I do have some neat pieces that are going to be coming up and adding them to my shop. So be sure to check those out. You can check out my link tree. I do have a Etsy shop. It's a lot of where my new pieces are. Those beaded necklaces are so beautiful. I wish I could just pause, but I'll have to go and show some of these just individually. But I always like showing this little slideshow. This one I'll have to go back and read, and I think it's one of the quotes that I find that I can connect to. So these are some of the creations I've made. Danza. So there is my link tree. There is the Etsy shop. Um, so I just wanted to share that. It's always good to, just let the gente know, things that I've been working on. One of the things that I wanted to put up there, and it was really quick, is energy cleansing is not a glamorous process. It is not good vibes, yoga, and Buddha bowls. It's heavy, deep, and can feel very ugly. Yes, it really can. Most people like to pretend healing is just magic and positive vibes. Healing is accepting and integrating painful experience from the past. Honesty and transparency are important. Allow yourself to feel whatever you feel and don't hide it. Don't be ashamed of it ever. Don't feed into new age movement, and it does more harm than healing. So I think it's just very important overall that, you know, often people think, how is it that I can cleanse myself? How is it that I can? Sometimes people feel really heavy. It's like, oh, like, I don't know what's going on, but I just feel either like so tired or I feel so drained. And it might be, somebody came to you with their problemas, and then after they leave, you just feel like, oh my goodness, I think I just kind of took on everything that they had. So know that it's there's ways that you can and things that you can do to kind of cleanse yourself. The first thing that you can do to cleanse yourself is drinking water because you're cleansing your body from the inside. The other thing is remember that when you take a shower, that's another way of cleansing your body, that you're cleansing the outer self, the energy. Because even like after a long day, sometimes you just feel like, oh my gosh, like I feel so dirty. And it's either because you've been working, you've been running, you've been jogging, you've been doing anything, even yard work. And, when you're done, like your hands are dirty or whatnot. But after you take that shower, it just feels so good. So know that that's a way for you to refresh yourself, refresh your body. And I think that's another good way of, kind of cleansing your energy. The other thing is, brushing yourself off. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I feel like there's just something on me. And you can kind of like feel yourself and, brush yourself if something is bothering you and you're like, oh, like get away. So it's always good where you can physically like touch yourself and kind of throw things off of you that no longer, like, you don't want to have that feeling anymore. And you do it until you don't have that feeling anymore. And sometimes it might take more than once to kind of just like shake it off. The other thing that you can do, and it's one of the tools that I use, especially in the danza and just healing in general, is my samador, my copalero. So the picture on um, that shows like the black copalero that has smoke coming out of it. That is a tool that I actually have in my shop, and it's a incense burner. You need coals to light that, and it comes like in a little, so I call them prayer bundles or prayer kits. And you can actually, they're smaller in size. This one's a big one, but it's smaller in size, and you can actually cleanse your home. Um, in the mornings is it's always a good time to do that. You open all your doors, you light, your coal, you put your prayers, and what is your intention in order for you to what is it that you want to do with that? And the intention is that you want to cleanse your home of anything that no longer serves your home. If there's an energy or if people call it energy or a vibe, sometimes, when you walk into people's houses, some people can feel energy, some people can feel vibes, some people, and it's really like frequencies. So you can feel whether it's you're feeling heavy or whether something's just not right. Know that there are tools. You can burn sage, you can sage your home. One of the things that I like to use is copal, which is similar to sage, but you're actually using the resin from the tree um, to cleanse your home. And right here in this picture is sage that I had gathered. Um, This sage plant, actually, I had gifted it to my brother, um, and from time to time I go and gather. And one of the things that I like to do is, whether it's gathering lavender or rosemary, sage, but know that sage you can um, burn to cleanse your home, cleanse yourself, cleanse your space. So know that those are just some of the things that you can do to cleanse yourself. Some people like to use healing crystals, natural crystals to, kind of run across your body or, put them in your pockets and carry, stones. So there's you can actually go get some spiritual work done and have somebody help you rid yourself of that feeling. um, since the pandemic, I've kind of stepped away from that, but hopefully I can slowly transition back to that. um, and I just wanted to share that I came across one of these posts, and I wanted to share it, which is my to-do list for today. Count my blessings. Yes, count your blessings. Practice kindness. Let go of what I can't control. Listen to my heart. Be productive yet calm and just breathe. Very important. The last one especially, because sometimes we hold our, I think we hold our breath too long. And although our body does it automatically because of course our autonomic, system, know that you can um, take the time to take a deep breath and let it go. And I think it's just very important that you do that. Anything that you do for yourself is something for yourself, and it's very important that you do for yourself. And breathing is, they use it in yoga. They use it, and some of the Buddhists end up, using that breathing technique. And it's where you're inhaling and gathering anything and everything in your body that is no longer serving you, that, that feeling that you don't want anymore. And, taking a deep breath, closing your eyes and kind of just visioning that you're kind of letting it go. And that's a technique and a tool that you can do yourself. Nobody has to tell you to breathe because we breathe automatically. So know that it's something that you can do for yourself. And so I think it's very important. The other one that I wanted to share is know your powers, the powers of your words, your silence, your mind, your body language, and your energy. You control them. Absolutely. We as individuals are very powerful. We're very powerful um, in what it is that we do. So know that you have you have strength, and you have to just dig deep within yourself and have that positive, self-motivated talk that you can do the things that you want to do. So know that you can do that. I have a comment here. Let me go ahead and remove this and add our comments. Let's see. Emma, needs Copal, but Madre would like for a Ishkamili to do a limpia once ready. I try but need better traditions. Yes, absolutely. Um, yes, please let Mama Castañeda know that I will be connecting and we will make that happen. So, yes, and what Emma is referring to is, the limpias that I do. And part of that is doing work on others and cleansing their body, cleansing their sacred space, their temple. That way they don't have that, feeling of it's just the energy, it kind of brings your energy down. You feel, less motivated to do things. And there's something there that, is kind of like suppressing things from you doing other things. But, I kind of just wanted to say thank you to everyone that has commented, has, said hello. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the thumbs up. Um, so I did want to um, just say thank you, and, I love you all. I appreciate you. It's always good to start the day with a positive vibe. Give yourself positive affirmations. I am strong. I am powerful. I am important. I am loved. And give yourself some love. Take the time to just love yourself, hold yourself. And it's okay to ask others, of course, for love, ask people for guidance and know that, and as a reminder that, other people's problems are not your problems. And it's always a great reminder. I always have to remind myself that. And it's just part of, being a human. We're so used to being, we always want to help others, but know that you always have to be of service to self before you do so. So I am going to leave it at that. I would say I might be coming back later on today with my guest, and then we can move forward with another platica, share some awesome art. But before I go, those of you that are listening in, I did want to share um, just a sneak peek about the artist. And I'll go ahead and put the shop right here below. Diosa Vibes shop, bigcartel.com. Go ahead and check that shop out. There's some pretty cool artwork. I love, some of the like word beads. I remember those, just growing up, and the art that's out there is pretty amazing. So when you get a chance, check it out. As always, I am going to end with what I started. So I will sign off with the video, and I hope that everyone has a beautiful day. Make sure that you take care of one another, you love one another. Okay, so I'm back. I was gonna end it. It looks like I will be having my guests come and join me. Um, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are. I am here, and so I'm not gonna go ahead and close it up. And so I will go ahead and keep the live stream going. So those that are listening, welcome back. We'll start again. And that I guess that's just kind of how it goes, when we're doing these live streams is that, we kind of often we have technical issues or whatnot, but here I are. Here we are again. Thanks for tuning in on this beautiful day. I hope that you all are well and staying healthy. As always, I ask the Creator to protect you and your families. I always, remind people to, please continue to keep your distance and wear your mask when you're out in the world. This stream is going to be a little bit longer than usual, which is okay, but this is the world. This is the world right now, especially utilizing the platforms to communicate. So remember to drop a comment. Let me know that you are tuned in. Feel free to ask questions and participate in today's plática. So I did want to just bear with me. I'm going to check some messages here. So as always, always talking about self-love. What is it that you're going to do to give yourself love today? So I think, as I had mentioned, we're slowly transitioning, and I was going to end it, but I think this is what I'm going to do for this piece is I am going to go ahead and I'm thinking about probably just ending this broadcast, and then I will probably end up coming back. So I'm going to give her about a couple more minutes before I do so. So I was talking about self-love, and oh yay! So I just want to take a moment to introduce my guest. As always, it is an honor and a privilege to have Evan D. San Juan join me today, also known as Diosa. She's a mother, a self-taught artist, a creator of Diosa Vibe Shop. I am blessed to have such a beautiful and talented woman to share this virtual space and plática, and we're going to talk about self-love, art, inspiration, and culture. And we'll be discussing things we each do to continue our personal self-love, art, nature, and healing. Hi, Evan.
Good
How are
morning.
you? Good morning.
Good morning.
So uh, so this is the morning show. People, when I first did the show with Raul, he was
Yes.
like, Tere, he's like, it is so early. He's like, I'm a mess. And I was like, dude, I was like, I told him, I said, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
It's all good.
it's so horrible. Like, I even went to bed early. Everything. I'm like, oh no, it's so
Yeah.
horrible. I woke up in a panic.
When I had did my I think it was like the first show or the second show
Hmm.
I had did that. I It was supposed to start at 6, and I kid you not, I think I had woke up about 5:45, and I was like, oh no. But and I think it was just my internal clock that just
Hmm.
woke me up.
Yeah, I'm usually up early anyway because of the kids.
Yeah,
I can't sleep in any. It's 7 o'clock. I'm wide awake now.
I know. So I know usually
It's
we hope
yeah, yeah.
wakes up like around 8, but those are kids, and I think this is I always tell them that what is it that we do as individuals to kind of give ourselves like that self-love? And like for myself is like waking up like when the kids are asleep and having that
Mhm.
quiet time.
Yeah, I go
Yeah.
outside. I go on my porch.
Uh-huh.
Um, just kind of take in the day, see how everything is looking outside.
Hmm.
Um, that usually tells me how my day is gonna go. Because
Right?
my neighbors are a little crazy, so
Hmm.
I usually go outside. I feel like I'm like the watch guard or something. That I just sit on my porch and just watch everybody.
That's believe it or not, that's one of my favorite things to do is just people watch. Some people, I'm sure people think like, oh my gosh, like why is she staring? But I'm just observant like that, and I just like watching people. I don't know, but I
That's
guess
why
that's
with
just human. That's I mean, it's in
yeah.
our nature to be aware of the things that we
Mhm.
do. You know.
Yeah, even as
Um,
like a little girl, people would say I look so serious.
mhm.
I would just be like staring at them. But it's
You
like
look, you're like, huh?
I'm just chismosa. Like I just want I'm serious. So
So thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. I did so I made a small like little video clip of, a little bit of your work.
okay.
Let's go ahead and check that out and then we'll talk about it. Yeah?
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. I hope you like it. I'm sure you will.
I'm gonna love it.
Yeah. Okay, so here it goes.
Okay.
Let's go to work, cause I'm tripping. Gotta work on myself, cause I'm falling apart. Please wake me up, cause I'm slipping. Can't fight this feeling off no more. But I'm not going to give up and fall. Rise above the door, need all my challenges and search for my strength. I defeat them all. I'm never ever gonna hide no more. I come to love myself again. Yeah. For all the things I didn't know, the pain, the hurt, I let it go. Start to believe in myself, and life will be sweet again. So sweet again.
That was awesome. I
Did
loved
you like it?
it. Yeah,
Ah, yeah.
I'm like looking like, oh my gosh, that's my work.
Yay.
That
Um
was amazing. I loved it.
So yeah, I had an opportunity to kind of just put, something together. And I took pieces, from your Instagram, and I did want to just remind, let's see, I have it here. So we actually put so those of you that are listening and tuned in, you can check out the art clip that you just got to see. There is some of Evan's artwork, new pieces, upcoming pieces, and so make sure you check out her website. So yeah, tell me a little bit about, I would say, how did you like, when did you start creating like the arte? And, the other thing is, I got to read a little bit about, music being um, an important kind of like factor of, part of your creation.
It really is. I mean, I started as young as I could hold a pencil. I've been drawing my whole life, whether it was doodling or emulating something I saw, like my favorite cartoon. My favorite cartoon as a kid was Scooby Doo. So I can literally draw like Scooby Doo from memory. I would like even like I would get out of the shower and just like draw it on the mirror. Or like anywhere I could draw, really, I would just draw. If it was in the dirt or on a fence, or it's anything I could make something, I would do it. For me, it always felt that it was something I could control. growing up in an environment, it wasn't something I could always control.
Hmm.
So when I felt out of control, I would just go draw. Because again, it felt I could control everything that was going on in my world, and I
Hmm.
could make my own world.
Right.
So I think that's what my art means to me. I know a lot of people, a lot of other artists, it's more for themselves. They just create because they like to, or, it's quote unquote selfish. They only create because they like to, just for
Hmm.
the, just no selling, nothing. Um, for me, it kind of kickstarted with Raul Mejia, he had reached out to me and started showcasing, and that's kind of what started everything here. Um, same with Janae. We've hosted a lot of sound of art shows with her.
Hmm.
Um, and that's kind of what, both of them have inspired me to, take on my own role as a curator. You're part of
Yeah.
the ink between the lines.
Yeah. So
But
tell me a little bit about that. I mean, of course, like I've been reading, but for those that are listening, tell us what it is that you're working on, and things that are coming up, so that we can let the gente know.
yeah, absolutely. So right now, my biggest project is a photojournalism project, which is a magazine that highlights Black, Indigenous, people of color, and local artists alike. Um, it's a roster of 24 other artists, 25 including me.
Hmm.
Um, I was actually met with Felicia last night of Saklan Inc. and
Oh, awesome.
with Tatu Loco. I met with them last night, and we just kind of talk, same thing, try to do
Uh-huh.
the interview. But I did let them know, I'm collecting everybody's story
Hmm.
as is. I don't
Right.
want people to feel like, oh, it's like a spelling bee. Like, what do I say?
Right.
Wrong answer. I don't want to, taint the information that I'm trying to collect.
Hmm.
But yeah, I did go further into how like I want everything laid out. So I'm treating everybody as a centerfold. That's the idea.
Right.
I want to eliminate, artist competition. Get a healthy competition going that, we're striving for everybody to win, for everybody to eat.
Right.
I feel like there's just this like unspoken animosity
Hmm.
between artists, and I don't understand it. Um, but with this magazine, I'm hoping to. Uh, there's just so many Easter eggs for this with me that I'm trying to make it make sense. But because it means so much to me, it's that exciting about for it for me. But I want people to see that what we do is important.
It is.
As artists, as women, as minorities, um, what we do is important. We don't have to hide. We don't have to, look the other way now.
Hmm.
My, ancestors didn't cross here for nothing.
Yeah.
We haven't been here for nothing.
I
So
mean, we've been here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very important. The work that you're doing, it takes a lot to get a group of artists together to let them know like there is a commonality of,
Mhm.
what it is that you're trying to do. And, like you said, we're all trying to eat. The other thing is that, there's room for everyone. And I
Absolutely.
often and I often see that especially in the like in the vending like community, some
Mhm.
people are like, oh, like I created that before them, and like they're selling the same thing as me, and you know and like why are they doing that, or like they shouldn't be doing that. And
Mhm.
I think for myself, I always ask myself like there's room for everyone, it
Table's big enough.
yeah, exactly. So you can come and join, or even if you don't want to come and join, you can still eat just like everyone else. So
Yeah.
it I think that's so true.
Yeah, I made a relevant post about it on my Instagram the other day.
Hmm.
other than the funny stuff I post.
I love
But,
it. I'm always like,
oh my gosh.
it cracks me up.
You gotta laugh, so gotta have that in there.
So,
But
so Tony, so Tony had got to join in, and she was like, "Thank you for the dope vibes this morning." And so, you know me, I was just like, "Okay, make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you give yourself love." But as Tony, being an artist, she did want to say, as an artist, we create from emotion. What emotion you work best under? Sad, happy. Mad, etc. So maybe that's a question you can answer, is what is your best work comes from, what emotion for yourself?
I think it would just be, it's a little bit of all the above.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lost family members over what I'm doing. Um, standing my ground as far as, this is my life choice. This is what I like to do for people.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless if I get money out of it, because that was their whole basis is, oh, how are you going to make money? How are you going to make money? I'm like, but
Mm-hmm.
do you see the work that I'm doing? And do you see how I'm just trying to help people?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like my table's big enough. If you want to have a seat, great. I would love to have you have a seat. But if you're not or don't want to, can you just pull the seat out for somebody else?
Right. Yeah. Don't take
So
up that space
they
and
got,
not want to collaborate. Yeah.
yeah, no, I understand. I mean, that's what I was telling Saklan Inc. and Leo last night, is that, it's so hard to hold space sometimes, because
Yeah.
we forget to hold space for ourselves, which is
Absolutely.
very important. And as artists, it's like we are always openly exposing our wounds without exposing our wounds,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true.
And to hopefully give an answer to that question of like what emotions I work best under, I would say all of the above, because different emotions inspire different visions in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I work best under every emotion just as I am. Um, and you already know me, I'm Gemini, I'm a little crazy. So I mean, I feel all of my emotions to the nth degree,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how it feels.
And
And
it reminds me of this piece right here for some reason. Um, Tell me a little bit about this piece here. I seen it and I just like it just like I was drawn to it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's kind of like all encompassing. So yeah, for those that are listening, give us a sneak peek of.
yeah, absolutely. So this was from a show with Raul. This was at the Latino Center of Arts and Culture.
Mhm.
We did a show on rebirth, basically what it means to us, however we could translate that.
Mhm.
This is a piece that I did for that show. It's called Idza. That comes from the Mescalero tribe, Apache tribe that I'm from in New Mexico.
Mhm.
They have something called, I believe, the sunrise ceremony.
Mhm.
And it's basically, if you compare it to, like, it would be similar to like a quince.
Okay.
So it's a rite of passage. It's for women only, Apache women only. And she basically goes through this insane 3-day ceremony. It's nonstop.
Mhm.
They start it when they're 16. And she basically goes through every phase of life until she is now a woman.
Mhm.
So, she starts from baby to girl. And at the end of the ceremony, she's supposed to have a vision of Idza, which is when she completes her transformation.
Mhm.
And that's why I chose the imagery that I have in this piece. Of course, the center hands are mine. The markings that she has on her wrist are Apache warrior paint that's running down.
Mhm.
Um,
That's beautiful.
and the smoke in between is what the dreams and things that I manifest, because they're constantly changing. So it's not, one whole piece. That's why I have the smoke in between it, because it's constantly changing.
Right.
That's how I feel my manifestations are. It's like a smoke cloud that kind of has this energy. So that's just how I translated it. And of course the succulents, because they regenerate. Once they break off, they grow again.
Mm-hmm.
They're ever changing. They don't always start and end the same, looking the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, again, I added the phases of the moon, because although at all these different phases, it's still whole in the end.
Beautiful.
So there's a lot of Easter eggs with my work, and I love talking about it to people. And I also love hearing what people think it means too, because it gives me another perspective I didn't think of. So
Ruben and I, we had a guest yesterday, and we
Mhm.
were just talking about that, and he was telling us about some of his work.
Mhm.
And some of his work, he was telling me that, he he does the artwork because he loves making art, but at the same time, he he learns more from others' art view perspective of
Mhm.
himself. And
Mhm.
so it like I can relate with what you were saying, especially with the conversation that we were having yesterday.
Mhm.
Um, and then also, I really like the pins that you have, um, and the bracelets. I like the the word bracelets that you have. And so those that are listening in, make sure that you check out the website, Diosa Vibes. You can always find new things being recreated, upcoming things that are happening. So another one of the pieces that I really liked is this piece. What is the name of this piece?
Kali, she who is death.
So something about it, I don't know what it is, and maybe it's like the third eye that's catching. But it's there's something about it. It just like drew me to it when I seen it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is like she's fearless, and like she shows like she's not like scared, and like she's out there and like vibrant. So I just think it's one of the pieces, that one of your pieces. They all stood out to me, but I think there were
Mhm.
some of them that stood out more than others. um and what were your thoughts like when you were creating this one?
Well, this one I just wanted to interpret um, Kali, which is an Indian deity. Um, she's probably one of the most like mistaken goddesses out there, because people think, oh, she just kills men and does this and does that. It's
Hmm.
actually like the parts of like people's personalities
Hmm.
that she tries to end. So like when you see her with all these heads of men that she's cut off, it's not really that. But yeah, it's the same as I actually was working on a Medusa head.
Hmm.
So I was like in this whole idea of goddesses, of different cultures that I wanted to interpret, Aztec and Mayan included. But I had just started with a different country.
Hmm.
But again, that's just how my brain works, because I just get inspired. Again, like I see something and it draws me to it, and I want to know more about it. Uh,
Right.
Again, which is the whole basis of this magazine, is that I want to highlight these artists, you know, for the work that they do, and have people see that, we are the renegades of this pandemic.
Yeah, we
You know,
are.
I don't want to sound moi, but I think artists, all creatives, we've been through so much and come back like nothing's happened.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and
It's
I think
incredible.
Well, I think we have to. As artists, I think we do have to, as much as like the world is slowing down, that doesn't mean that we have to slow down in the things that we're doing
Mhm.
outside in the world. Within our homes, we can still do, those things. And, talking about Gemini, look at Tony. She commented, she's like, I'm a twin too, laugh out loud. She's like, I understand.
So I can't focus on one thing at a time.
And I see it in her work as well, like, 'cause like
Mhm.
she does a little bit of everything. And so, yeah, the Geminis, you guys have an awesome like vision, artistic,
Well,
wise.
it's like a I don't know it's like drinking a Red Bull after I get an idea. That's the best way I can describe it, because I just can't wait to start it because I'm seeing it in my head so much.
Hmm.
Um, and again, that thrives off any emotion that I have.
Right.
But honestly, I love being underestimated. I love being doubted. It only fuels
It
what
empowers
I'm doing.
you.
It
It
does.
does. It
I
does.
I grew up being bullied in high school. Um, you know, all of those things. So
Hmm.
it's like looking at me now, you wouldn't think, oh, she was probably bullied or she was probably made
Hmm.
fun, this and that. People, whatever. But look at me now, you wouldn't tell.
It's like
But
it's kind of like it, yeah, like you said, it gives
it's
you
a
that
complete
power.
180. Like
Hmm.
again, like with the magazine, I want, again, like how you were saying, I want people to see the commonalities we have. The way I explained it to and Leo last night, um, regardless of the path that we are walking on, you guys are crossing one with me, if that makes sense. No matter where you guys are going, you're intersecting with me to hopefully push you there. That's the whole. Oh, mama, no puedes oír. I can hear you. Okay, we're back.
Can you hear me?
I can
Oh
hear you.
yeah.
Yes.
Um, I think as artists we have to push ourselves, and I think one of the things that you're doing is that you're bringing a community of artists together, um, and you've created like a platform for them,
I wanted a
and
safe space. I wanted
and like you said,
that.
they can there's enough space for your table at your table
Mhm.
where you're able to do that, and it was exciting for me to see everybody that was communicating on that feed that you had created because it was something that they needed,
Mhm.
and you were able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I was telling Leo last night is that I don't understand why, some artists, like you said, are like gatekeeping, like, oh, why are they selling that and doing this? And it's like, well, what's stopping you?
Right.
you know, I did have that conversation with one of our artists, with Angie. She makes the clay pottery.
Hmm.
Um, she's, feeling like I've had that feeling definitely when I first started out. It's like this whole imposter syndrome, like, oh, they're an artist and they're more established, and you
Hmm.
know they have a shop, I don't. Um, and I just told her straight up is that you kind of create your own artist block when you do that. That was the exact opposite I wanted to do with the
Hmm.
team, is to take away that creative block that we get sometimes. I know, honestly,
Right.
sometimes I just scroll through other people's work. I look through your guys' work.
Hmm.
That's the whole point of it, is to that we can inspire one another. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
no matter what it is, like, oh my God, that resin bar is so cool. Oh my God, that tattoo is amazing.
Yeah.
That's all. I just want to like choke all of you with all the love and support that I have, because it's important. It's important to get that feedback. It's important to, um, be heard, be recognized.
Right.
And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to get that respect back. I want to get that positive narrative back for our gente.
Hmm.
Um, being an Afro Latina, being an Asian Afro Latina, it's a little hard, but
Right. Well,
I'm wanting to represent all of those things, and be that voice for everybody, that you guys can join me and will be even louder.
yeah,
That's the whole point of this. I people say that a lot, as far as like, oh, how did you start your art? How did you do this? How did you just do it? I'm like, I just did it.
just did it. Yeah, it's something that, I wanted to do, something that I wanted to create. And I think it's just important, it's kind of like you've built the car, and now it's kind of like, okay, everybody, let's take a ride.
Mm-hmm.
And you've created that for, not just one artist, but you got, I think we're what, like at 20 artists,
25 total.
25. See, so 25 artists from, one person's vision, one person's creations, one person's and and you say it clearly is, your manifestation.
Yeah,
And you've manifested that, you've thought of it, and you've put you've put your energy and into it, and it's kind of like, you know this is what I'm going to create for the art community.
yeah,
And
absolutely. I mean, regardless
that's
of my
awesome.
situation, regardless of my you know socioeconomic status, where I grew up, where I came from, um I'm just a little girl from the ghetto in Fairfield. And look at what I'm doing.
Right.
That's what I wanted to try to be, that, I guess, that mom.
Hmm.
You guys, like, you can do it, like, and I'm here for it, like, I'm in the stands cheering you
Yeah.
guys on. That's how
Well,
I wanted to treat everybody. And again, I didn't want that whole favoritism, or artist competition. I wanted to eliminate those things.
hmm
I want to help develop your guys' portfolios. I want to help you guys talk more about your art, especially because there's some who just don't talk about their art.
I know I'm horrible about it. I'll
And
show it, but
that's,
I'm horrible at talking
yeah.
about it. But I'll get there. And you did motivate me to like take that step. And so I really look forward to working with you. And
I'm
getting
super
on your.
excited with this team. I picked all of you guys for a reason, different reasons.
Mhm.
And it's
Uh,
been awesome to see everybody together. Like, I just
absolutely.
want to create this, like, powerhouse of resources, and just company. Like you said, people need that right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the kickback that we had, the first one, we're looking to plan the next one very soon. We're gonna have, hopefully, Polly's barbershop in Sacramento.
Hmm.
That's where we're gonna do our next artist kickback.
Oh, awesome.
And it'll just be an outdoor event. Fortunately, Poli does have very, very good withstanding with the city of Sacramento. So we can actually get that whole block, like, blocked off, that
Oh, awesome.
entire street. We can have food out there. We can have people come set up their tables. Again, that was the whole point of this, is to, help people, get their work out there,
Hmm.
meet new clientele, bring back old clientele,
Right.
and just have fun, like, while we do it. I couldn't, again, think of a better way to say thank you to everybody who's always supported me. Because, again, I felt like I didn't have that title as artist or
Hmm.
creator or
Right.
anything. And then now that, I see the feedback and the support, and, like, all the amor that I'm getting from everybody,
It's
I'm like,
there.
oh my God,
It
yeah.
is there. Yeah.
And it feels
So,
good. It feels,
yeah.
because there's not a lot of, I'm trying to think of the word. I guess, like, art environment, art spaces that
Mhm.
really fit, like, the kind of work you and I do.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we
We're
can't walk
unique.
in. Yeah. So again, I wanted to create an environment where artists like you and me and the amazing people on our team have a place to thrive. You know, I'm not going to put us over at the Capitol.
We will get there one day.
One day, I mean, maybe like the art in there, but
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? I want to create the environment that I know that my people are going to, thrive off and
Right.
do well. And with this whole magazine, once it's printed, I want everybody to sell as many copies as they want and keep it.
Right.
Because that's yours. That's your work. Everybody's name will be on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I felt everybody's entitled to those proceeds. It'll be sold for $30 flat. And again, however you do shipping, however you do delivery,
Mm-hmm.
that will be all at your guys' discretion.
Oh,
You guys
awesome.
will never have a fee with me ever, unless we of course go somewhere that might have that. But with
Mm-hmm.
me, you guys, I'll never collect anything from you guys other than your time.
It's my little one. He's just waking up. I hear him in the background. He's like, Mom, where are you at? I know.
You're like,
But
"I'm
what it is that you're doing is, it's just great. And so, I want to, recognize you. Thank you for that opportunity that you're creating for not only, myself, but many artists, in the era. And so I think it's just important that, that you did that.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of strength and a lot of, stepping up to be like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the platform that I want to create. And you did that. So I think that's, thank you. And for doing that. But I do just want to include at the bottom right here, remind people to come and check out your shop.
Thank you.
Your Yes, I got to check it out. I love your things. Actually have a couple of things in the cart that I'm like, okay, these are some of the things that I want.
I know I saw the earrings that you had posted. I was like, how do I order these? I need these.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
So is there anything else that you wanted to say before we kind of close it up? I do want to end with showing your slideshow of pictures
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
And then we'll just close it at that, and then we'll come and have some more platicas for sure.
Yeah, and I
Coming up.
I will wake up on time.
Yeah, it's okay. People ask me, they're like, "Wait, what time?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of early, but some people like that. Some people like having that morning connection and
Yeah.
that
It's like
energy."
a reflection, kind
Mhm.
of how it's what I do at night. Part of my like self-care. I have my tia on my altar here. I just check in with her every night.
And sometimes it's good to have that. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people are like, "Oh, like, why do you do that?" But that's just the way I connect. That's the way I vibe.
Yeah, people call it crazy. People call it weird, but it's like this is what my people have been doing for
Yep.
since forever.
Yeah, that's true.
The connections we have with our families, it goes beyond Earth.
Right. So I do have some like off-topic questions, and I always ask them at the end. What is your favorite candy?
Oh, that's a hard one. I would say I do love those. I love like fruit flavored candies. Like those high cheese.
Come here, buddy. He's okay. We're wrapping up, Johnny. My little one, like come on, baby.
Oh.
Let me grab him real quick. Come on. We're gonna say hi.
Hi.
Oh yes. Okay. Okay. So okay. So I missed your candy. What was your favorite candy?
Oh, it's like the high chews. The little fruit candies.
Ooh.
I love the mango ones.
Okay, and then the other good last. I have two more. What is your favorite dish to eat?
My favorite dish would probably be lumpia.
And I've seen you make those before, and I'm so excited. I look forward to tasting those.
Yes. I'm definitely gonna make them for the next kickback.
Well, I look forward to joining that. And then I know last question is, if you could travel to any place in the world, where would it be?
I would go to Greece.
To Greece?
Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to go to Greece, to Athens, to see all the statues of all the goddesses. And
I was about to say, I can relate to
Athena's temple, all of that. I wanted to go there when I was little.
the diosas. I can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much, Evan D, for coming and joining me this morning. Like I said, I'm going to end it with the video clip that I made for you. We'll just end it like that, and then we will talk again soon.
Awesome. I can't wait. Thank you for having me. I love every minute of it.
Oh, thanks. And then I'll share this with you, and then I'll talk to you after.
Okay.
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 All right. So everybody that's tuning in, thank you. It has been an awesome show. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Say bye, Gumaro. You say bye?
Bye.
Bye, Papa.
So be sure to check out Diosa Vibe Shop.
Let's go to work, 'cause I'm tripping. Gotta work on myself, 'cause I'm falling apart. Please wake me up, 'cause I'm slipping. Can't fight this feeling off no more. But I'm not going to give up and fall. Rise above the door, need all my challenges and search for my strength. I defeat them all, I'm never ever gonna hide no more. I come to love myself again, yeah. For all the things I didn't know, the pain, the hurt, I let it go. Start to believe in myself and life will be sweet again, so sweet again.